is 5 Live Breakfast. Your call.
And now we bring you Joyce and Morecambe and a man called Charles Kennedy, but not the Charles Kennedy you might expect. He's a man who's a businessman, Charles Kennedy, who runs a record label. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning.
We also bring you Lord Liddel, a Labour peer who served as an advisor both to Tony Blair in Downing Street and to the President of the European Commission in Brussels. Lord Liddel, good morning.
Good morning to you.
And we bring you Nigel Farage, leader of the UK Independence Party. Nigel Farage, hello.
Good morning.
Are you still, Lord Liddel, are you still, in terms of the euro, a believer?
Oh, I think the euro itself has been an enormous success. It's now
I beg your pardon?
It has been an enormous success, and I think that a lot of what I've been listening to on your programme is just not true. You know that this is the world's second largest currency. Inflation is lower than in Britain by quite a considerable margin. And as far as the northern European countries are concerned, they're growing much faster than we are. We are still stuck 10% below the level that we fell to in 2007-8.
Should we have joined?
Germany's recovered much faster.
Should we have joined back then when it was on the table?
Well, I think that in retrospect, no, because our economy was we were in the middle of a speculative property bubble, and that would have made problems worse. But I don't think we should rule it out for the future. I think we should look, the euro will, I have no doubt, sort itself out, and in some years to come, I think that this will be a very big question for Britain whether to join.
Nigel Farage.
Well, Lord Liddel, of course, is in receipt of an EU pension, and therefore
I'm not actually.
Well, you'll be getting one in a couple of years, won't you?
You are in receipt of a big EU salary, Nigel.
But we see this with the House of Lords and everything. People who have earned their living out of the EU standing up and supporting it. Look, the euro was never going to work. This breakup, this disaster was inevitable. You cannot put countries as diverse as Greece and Germany together in a single economic and monetary union. But I would suggest that what is going on right now is there is now a north-south divide that has occurred within Europe. In the north, we're seeing a democratic rebellion, with a party in Finland just the other week almost winning the general election, calling for Finland to leave the euro. More seriously, in the south, in countries like Greece, we're seeing austerity packages being put into place without the compensation of a devalued currency, and we're heading towards anarchy and perhaps even something more serious than that.
So, Lord Liddel, you say that it was wrong for us to go into the euro. Was it not surely then wrong for Greece and Portugal and
yes,
Ireland?
I think it was. I think.
Who was it right for?
It was right for most of the current members of the eurozone. What again?
Portugal.
You see, Greece, Portugal and Ireland represent 6% of the total output of the Eurozone. We are hearing a lot of talk about the troubles they're in, but they're a tiny proportion of the Eurozone
so it was
as a whole.
Right for Germany.
Could I also correct something that Nigel Farage says, because I don't think that people should be allowed to get away with factual inaccuracies. He says that the Eurosceptic Party almost won the Finnish election. In fact, they got 21%.
Yeah, and the winners, what did the winners get, Roger? The winners got 1% more. They came within 1% of winning the general election.
The Finnish government is a coalition of
When
parties.
will you stop lying to people?
I'm not lying.
There is a huge rebellion taking place across the north of Europe, and the people of the north and south of Europe are saying, we don't want this economic and monetary union. We do not want our lives dictated to by unelected bureaucrats and bankers.
This is just not the case. If you look at Germany, Mrs. Merkel has said that if the euro fails, Europe fails, and Europe is essential to Germany. And she has just had the strong backing of the main opposition party, the Social Democratic Party, for whatever measures she wishes to take to sort out the euro crisis.
Okay.
It is this. I mean, that what we are being told here is just not the case. The reality.
Let's go to our caller.
Let's
go to our callers. Mrs. Merkel. I used to love that programme. Joyce and Morecambe, what would you like to say?
Yeah, just one straight answer to one straight question. If this is not a dictatorship, why have we, the British public, not been allowed a referendum?
Quite right.
Charles, should we have been allowed a referendum on this? Should we have been granted the opportunity to have our say? Charles?
Yes, possibly. I've been listening, with great interest, and I think the euro may be flawed, but meanwhile it exists, and I think it's actually of great benefit. I mean, we can't return to a world where, for instance, in my industry, where you've got a touring rock band, who are having to, like the old days where you couldn't swing a cat without it going through a bureau de change. I mean,
but they've never asked us. Nobody has ever asked us.
Yes.
We didn't give permission to be put in this position.
Yes, you did. We voted 2-1 in 1975 in favour of membership.
We did not vote for this. We did not vote for this dictatorship.
Well, it's not
and I'll tell you
dictatorship.
what, I'm a 55-year-old woman, and I would get on the streets and fight to get rid of this.
Would you?
I hate it.
You'd fight to get rid of it?
I would fight to get rid of it.
What do you hate about it?
Everything. I hate the dictatorship, I hate the freeloading MEPs, all the little niggly things, all these stupid laws they're bringing in. You can't have so much jelly on a pork pie. What the hell has it got to do with them, what I want to put into my body?
Charles Kennedy, why is it a good thing?
Because it's...
Have I blown your legs off? Am I talking common sense?
No, I haven't heard a specific example of why it's bad, actually.
The countries are going into meltdown, man. I'm a working woman, I'm a taxi driver, and I can see it, and if you're the politicians and you can't see it, then God help us
Well
all.
done, Joyce. Well done, Joyce. The voice of sanity, the voice of reason.
This talk of sort of creeping sovereignty, I mean, I'm a big fan of the USA, but I mean, would we have gone to war in Iraq if it wasn't for the USA?
You better go and ask Tony Blair about that.
But,
Maybe he'll send his son to an illegal war to be cannon fodder.
But you're right. But that wasn't a product of creeping sovereignty from Brussels. I would argue, possibly from the other direction.
Listen, they're all in it together. The working man and woman on the street know what's going on. The immigration problem, we've never, ever, not one person, not one politician has took this on head on. I'm on the streets now, and there's more Polish than there's English. They're trying to ethnically cleanse the English, as far as I can see, because apparently we're not a race. Well, I'm sorry, my family go back to pre-Guy Fawkes. You know what I mean? But do I not exist?
Do you agree with Monsieur Farage?
Joyce, I love you. You're wonderful. You're talking good common sense, and you're now the majority. You represent the majority of the British people. We need a referendum. And
do you agree with her that the English should be recognised as a race?
The English
Nigel
should be
Farage?
recognised as a country. We need an English Parliament. We need a new relationship with Scotland and Wales. We need to stop massive open border immigration and stop EU bureaucrats telling us what we can and can't.
Lord Liddell, you've got 10 seconds, Lord Liddell.
Is Nigel Farage in favour of stopping the 1 million Britons who live in other parts of the European Union having the right to do
Roger.
so?
They're retired.
But is he stopping? Are you stopping them
There
having
are by
that
a
right?
majority of 4-1.
Is 5 Live Breakfast.